The unpredictable situation that happens to you while you're making plans, that situation is called life. Today, I want to have a discussion about being prepared for the unexpected. Let's go. Like diamonds, I'm watching how you glow. What's up, everybody? It's your boy AJ here, coming through your TV screen, your phone screen, your laptop screen, and beyond. How you bloody doing, mate? That thing that happens to you while you're making plans about life, it's called life. I repeat that again, but I'll use life a little bit less. That thing that happens to you when you're making plans is called life. Why am I having this discussion? Is quite frankly because there's a lot of us out there, including myself, that at one point wish I knew how unpredictable life could be. I am a little bit of the frame of mind that I blame myself partly for not knowing better because life has been so unpredictable to me. I feel kind of silly not realizing how life can be unpredictable. But for others, a lot of people don't quite know that because they've never had to experience the unpredictability of life itself. What do I mean? I'll give you a scenario. I use my father, for example. The day my father died was not the day any of us was expecting him to pass. But that's pretty much life and death though. Again, the topic, unpredictable. My father left the house after being called in to work on a day that he was off. And that was the last time me or my family ever saw him. Because he never came home. Passed away in a car accident with 4 other people in the vehicle, whilst he was the only one that died, and he died on the spot. Why am I having this conversation with you? If you just listen to everything I just said, that is the definition of unpredictability, and that is what you call life. I repeat it just in case you missed it. My father left for work on a day that he was off. Left, didn't come back. That was the last time we saw him because he died in a car accident with 4 other people in the vehicle, whilst being the only one that died, and he died on the spot. If you don't know what on the spot means, it means you've died on impact. I've struggled with this scenario for my entire life. There was a part of me at one point in my life where I was very, very, very much obsessed with the idea of his passing. I was obsessed with it because of the bizarreness of it. I was obsessed with it because of the uniqueness of it. I was obsessed with it because of the rarity of it. It was such a unique scenario that was so unpredictable that even today, my mother has still not gotten close, even remotely close, to getting through the grieving process. It was that unpredictable. We're talking about my mother and father were planning to eventually get married. And then life happens. That thing that happens when you are making plans is called life. And it cares about no one. It sympathizes with no one. It waits for no one. And it listens to no one. What you have to do as the person on the receiving end of what life has to give, whether it's good or bad, is be prepared for it. Always expect the unexpected. Always prepare for the unexpected and always plan for the unexpected. And to be honest, if I told you you're going to be prepared for it all the time, I'd be lying. And that is a very unrealistic thing to accomplish. No one is prepared for life all the time, and you never will be. Life is not structured for us to be prepared about it all the time. And just that's just the way it is. What you need to do is to be prepared for it most of the time. Most of the time is close enough to all of the time. And whatever cracks you fall through in between, whatever situations you find yourself into that you just didn't quite manage to be prepared for, there's a learning curve that you will go through that will make you better prepared for every other scenario life could possibly throw at you. Like I said, you won't get every one. You only need to get most. And that's because of my father's passing is literally the reason why I'm such a calculated person. If you meet me in person, if you get to know me as a person, you would probably think I have OCD, or is that the word? Or I have one of those paranoia situations where I'm just constantly obsessed. For me, what it is that I am constantly planning for the things that I don't see, or the things that I might possibly not have a plan for. I'm always checking, making sure I'm always, all right, plan B, C, D, E, F, straight through the alphabet. Always. Non-stop. A revolving clock. That is me. If you meet me in person, if you get to know me, that is me. That obsession was literally founded and based on the scenario of my father passing away. Now, why am I bringing this up to you is because a lot of times when you, and sometimes me, get into situations, we end up saying things like, oh my God, I really did not expect that. The thing about saying that is that it's not going to change nothing. What you need to do is actually plan for the unexpected. So planning for the unexpected is a broad situation. It's a broad context, and it's a broad process to plan. What you need to do is start small. For example, always have a little in your savings account. You own a car. What if your car breaks down tomorrow? You have to go to the car dealer. Fix that. I promise you, I'm bringing this up because this is something that literally happened to me days ago. Literally. I was at my job, and I was having a conversation with my colleague, and we were talking about vacation days. Our vacation days get paid out to us at the end of the year when we don't use them. And then we have the option of passing over our personal time into the following year. Now, I go to work every day, all day, every day, all day. And I never use my vacation time unless I absolutely necessarily have to. And me and my colleague were having a conversation as to why. And I said, I save my vacation days for the payout because something always happens and I end up needing that money. 2 weeks after saying that, what happened? I got into the parking lot at my job. My car died. I repeat, 10 days after having that conversation, I went to my car in the parking lot at my job. I turned the key and my car did not start. It died. Right there. 10 days on the spot after having the conversation. I can't make this up. I called an Uber. I got home, came back to work on Monday to tow my car to the car dealership, right? They gave me an assessment of what was wrong and what needs to happen for me to fix the car. I kid you not. The exact amount of money that I was paid out for not using my vacation days is the same amount of money that the car came up to in order to be fixed. I cannot make this stuff up. Always prepare for the unexpected. I sat there for the entire year. I went to work every day because I knew, I had a feeling I'm going to need that money. And then literally 10 days, which is if that's not unique and bizarre, if that's not unexpected, I don't know what is. But I knew. So I always plan for the unexpected. I always plan for the things I don't usually plan for. I always think about what could possibly happen in the near future, in the far future, in the near run, in the long run. I'm just a very calculated person. And it's because of my father's passing why I'm like this. No, you do not have to be that way. You don't have to obsess over it like me. And that's not what I'm suggesting this to you for. I'm suggesting it to you because we don't think about the unthinkable or the unpredictable enough. I hope you're like me, where you're tired of actually saying, I really wasn't expecting this. Okay, so start expecting it. We are checking in. Start expecting it. Start planning for it. Put a little in your savings account. Put a little in your retirement account. Start planning for it. Because if you continue to let life take you by surprise, eventually the surprise you end up with one of these days is something that you'll never recover from. And if you don't know how that feels, trust me, from my father's passing, you don't want to. Start to plan ahead. Think about the things you need to think about. Think about the ripple effects that come with the things you need to think about. And then take it from there. Careful not to make it an obsession. And even if it is an obsession, that's not a bad thing. But think about the unthinkable, think about the unpredictable, and expect it. That thing that happens to you while you're making plans, it's called life. And you need to be prepared for it. With that being said, with that being understood, it's your boy AJ, and I'm signing out.